Hey, yo, it's Megamouth, and today in the Mega News, to any video game fans out there, it's a sad day. The writing's been on the wall for a long, long time, but GameStop, it continues to basically engage in winding down operations worldwide. Like recently they announced that they were closing their flagship location at the Grapevine Mills Mall, the largest mall in Texas, near where the corporate headquarters are. Basically, it looks like they are, well, as more video games continue to go from physical sales to digital sales, there's really no point in this traditional retailer still being in the market. It's sad to say I love traditional video games. I love physical video games, traditional video gaming stores. I think most of us do. But GameStop, despite the stock price meme that was going on a few years ago, in terms of being a legitimate retailer for there being a need for it in the marketplace, I'm sad to say it is pretty much going by the wayside. There is still one left in my hometown, but apparently GameStop, every location that comes up for a lease renewal, they're going ahead and closing it down. So sadly, this entire chain, it does appear to be winding up its operations, at least for its GameStop brand. I think they do have a few other stores in their repertoire, but in terms of their traditional video game stores, they are certainly all going away. Just recently announced today, kind of a shocking development for all video game fans way over yonder in New Zealand. GameStop owned EB Games. EB Games and GameStop merged a long time ago. Funko Games, that used to be a separate chain as well. They got bought up by GameStop. So the EB Games brand, I believe they shut it down here in America several years ago. Apparently, that was still the brand they were using in New Zealand, but they have now decided to close all 38 remaining stores in New Zealand. Along with the troubles that the game retailers had in Europe. Um, Traditional video game retailers, they're going by the wayside now. There are still a few classic video game stores out there, but they're so hit and miss. They're hard to find. There's no unified brand. It really is sad to see in the modern world. I mean, I loved video games all the way back in the NES era in the 80s, the Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, GameCube. But sadly, all the old cartridges and all the old discs, some of them are starting to fail. It's been so many years. And with modern video games pretty much all going to digital downloads, the future is kind of bleak for everyone that loves to play video games, because eventually someday video games are going to get to the point where they're entirely a service and not a sold good. And once that happens, a video game that you love, it can be turned off at any point. It can be blotted out from history. There are going to be some real treasures someday that we will lose, that we won't have access to anymore. And everybody in New Zealand is sadly, they're going to lose access to traditional video games, physical video games now, and it's really sad to see that. GameStop, they are continuing to close down locations all throughout America as well. They aren't moving in large swaths of closures like they used to. They're just reportedly letting stores, when their leases come up, they're letting them expire and they're closing them down slowly, one by one. And it is certainly a sad day indeed. Um, even in New Zealand, they were down to just 38 locations left, but to close those all at once, to just give up on everything, I don't know. It's just rubbing me the wrong way, the wrong way. It's very sad. Um, but I guess such is the way of the world. Life continues to change as we go through the years, and that which once was, not now is. Dropping a little bit of Lord of the Rings on there for you. But anyway, GameStop, they continue to slowly wind down their operations, and probably within the next 5 years, I'd speculate, especially with the PlayStation 6 rumor to go with a strictly digital console, there's utterly no point left in GameStop continuing to exist. So GameStop, they're out of New Zealand now, probably be out of Australia soon. They're winding down in America. They're pretty much winding down everywhere in their global operations. And I don't know, it's just sad to see, but certainly a sign of the times. This is Mega Mouse signing out. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.